guys, and welcome back to a new video. I hope you are all doing well. So, I got a couple of requests in basically in the last month about talking about my workout routines and stuff like that. So today I will just be whispering about sports that I do, the workouts that I do, and also the food that I eat mostly or regularly. So if none of this interests you, you can just listen, or well, just put it on and don't really listen, and let me ramble to help you fall asleep. So if that's the case, sleep well. Otherwise, maybe you'll learn something, or maybe it just interests you. So, yeah, during the lockdowns that we had over the last year, I really saw my body change, and at the heaviest point I was around 80 kilos, which is, I think, 170 pounds. I'm not sure, but let me actually Google that. I'm not entirely sure. 80 kilograms is 176 pounds. So that was the heaviest I was like half a year ago. And at this moment I lost like 4 kilos. So like 10 pounds. Due to, well, not being able to work out, and then also losing my eating schedule. And I lost 4 kilos, but I also noticed I gained a bit more fat. So I think I've lost over 5 or 6 kilos of muscle at least. So I'm picking it up right now. Since 3 weeks I'm able to go to the gym, or at least outside in some variety, so I can work out a bit, but not as I would love to. But oh well. So it started for me like story time. It started for me about, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, and I remember it really well. I was at my father's place, and also with my older brother, who was really fanatic in working out at the gym, and he also did like a study, or university, or study, how you call it, about working out and to be a gym instructor, like a personal trainer. And I got a bit in the hype, and if I start something, I'm going all the way. So the initial plan was to start out 2 times a week, or maybe 3 times a week at max, and then if I would like it I could build it up to more. And that was just regular fitness, and then all I did was like power training or like weightlifting. No cardio, because I went fully for the body, just for the looks, so, or at least for the muscle. So what I did was I started 2 or 3 times a week where I trained full body. So every workout I did full body, but I had like different schedules, like my brother made them for me. And what I did was like full body movements, and then I worked from the biggest muscle to the smallest muscle. So I always started with legs, then back, then chest, and then like arms and shoulders, and I always ended with for your belly, your stomach, like for your six pack, your abs. That's the word I was looking for. Abs. So I did that for a while, but really quickly I was just really into it, and it went to 4 times a week, 5 times a week. At one point I was 6 times a week, and if I was bored I went 7 times a week. And it was all when I had a full-time job, so every day when I came home from work, the first thing I did, grab my clothes, right to the gym. Like I biked to the gym, do a workout, get back home, and then So like over 3,000 calories a day with no carbs. And I had a lot of proteins, a lot of healthy fats, and lots of vegetables. So every 2 hours I was eating. And during that time I gained around 12 to 13 kilos in a year, I'd say. I started at 68, 69 kilos and ended a bit over 80 kilos, 81 or something. And the fun thing is, usually when people bulk, so when they are bulking, they also eat a lot of carbs and they gain a lot of fat. But in that time of gaining 12 kilos in a year, so roughly 1 kilo a month, I lost about 5% body fat. I started around 15, 16 and I ended at 10 to 11% body fat, even though when I gained so much muscle. And usually people say, or like a lot of people say, when you bulk you gain some fat and then you have to cut, but that's not true. If you're doing like a clean bulk like I did, there's nothing really to cut, so that's really nice. And during these times when I went 5 to 6 times a week, at first I started with full body workouts still because I really enjoyed it. But after a while I started trying out different things. So I went, one day was legs and shoulders, one day was back and either biceps or triceps, I don't remember. There's also always one that you combine. And then the other day was the chest with biceps or the triceps, whatever was left over. And I did all of those 3 times, or so 6 times a week. So each of those were 2 times a week, and I included, excuse me, and I included my ab workouts or abs in every workout. So like a couple minutes of abs. And usually I was working out roughly 45 to 60 minutes. Like sometimes there are people in the gym for over like 1.5 to 2 hours. But that's just plain nonsense. There's no need. If you just hit it really hard, you can tear your muscles down enough and you don't need to do it for like 2 hours. So I did that for a while and I noticed I got some real gains. So that was really good and I got so strong. Like when I started with deadlifts, I could barely do 50 or 60 kilos before my back would start to hurt. And I know at the end of those like 1.5 years of gymming, I could do like 150 kilos of deadlifts and then like 5 reps. So that's like 330 pounds, I think, 340 pounds. So that was like a couple years back. Also, I didn't use any machines or barely ever. Almost everything I did was like body weight, but mostly with dumbbells and barbells. So, for example, pull-ups or push-ups were like body weights, but I barely ever use machines because those static movements where you are locked in place, those are much less beneficial to your muscles than like movements would be where you have to balance. For example, if you do a shoulder press in a machine, it's straight all the way up and down. But when you do it by yourself with the dumbbells, you have to, like make sure you're going straight up, and that takes a lot of power and strength as well. So I usually always like that much more. So that worked for me. And then after a while, I just started losing interest in the gym. So I've done that for like 1.5, almost 2 years. Well, at least 1.5 years really serious. Then the last half year was just like going every now and then because I should do. But then I stopped working out. And at one point I just stopped completely. And I think it's been like 2 years of doing nothing. But, well, not nothing, but no gymming anymore. And what I did was I did 2 or 3 times a week. I went to like a trampoline hall and jump trampolines and then do like those tricks. But that was more fun than like workouts. Of course it was intense, so it was good that I did it, but it was more for the fun. But I lost. So I fell back to a body weight of about 73 kilos, 73 around that kilo, yeah. So it's like 150 pounds, I think, I'm not sure, 155. So 73 kilos. So I lost 8 kilos or 9 kilos over a year or 1.5 years of not working out, or like maybe 2 years. And then at one point I started again, but like the first time I gymmed with my brother, but at that point in time, like, he never quit, he always went through. And at one point in time, when I wanted to start again, he already switched to CrossFit, but I still went to a gym because I wanted to just do normal workouts and just be done with it. So it's been around 2.5 years ago now that I started again, but I noticed I couldn't get myself to work out more than 2 or 3 times a week, while still doing the trampoline jumping. So I was like doing sports like 5 days a week, but I couldn't get myself to go to the gym more often. Like, food was fine, my meals were fine, but my workouts were really off, only 2 or 3 a week. So, and not really motivated because I was on my own. And then, yeah, I'm quicker to say, man, just go a bit lighter. So, but it took like half a year until January of 2019. Saying that correct? 18, 19. It should be 19, I think. Yeah, it should. Yeah, sorry, January 19. Yeah, 2019, January. I can't speak anymore. So in January that year, like half a year after I started gymming, my brother invited me to a CrossFit class or lesson, because our CrossFit box where I gym now, they did like bring a friend workout, and I really enjoyed it. Not just the workouts, but also like the community and the friendliness of everyone there. And even though I still had like an active gym plan going on, I couldn't really care less. And that same month I started doing CrossFit. And CrossFit is a combination of strength workouts, cardio workouts, but also gymnastics. So all of these can be and will be combined in the CrossFit workouts. And honestly, well, up to before the lockdowns, but I was never in my life so fit as since I've done CrossFit. Like, my body looked much more like cut, or like better shaped. Like, I was not as muscular, or I think I was even as muscular, but I was much, like, my body was much drier, much more cut, so the muscles were much more defined. And that was like in like a year or 1.5 years of doing CrossFit. And like I said, if I do something, I'm going all the way. And I CrossFit every day. On only the weekends I take 1 day off, or maybe 2 days off. But I worked out every day for like a year straight, and then 1 day a week off. And the results were amazing. My food was on point. I didn't really bulk that much, but I gained some muscle, but I lost much fat as well, and my condition, like my physical condition, was so good. And like, these CrossFit workouts can be everything. For example, 5 rounds of 20 pull-ups and 20 shoulder presses and 20 back squats, for example. Or maybe 5 rounds, or let's say 3 rounds of like 800 meters of running, and then 20 push-ups and 20 box jumps. I'm just saying some things, but it can be everything, and the variety of workouts we do is so huge, and the movements, and that's so cool. I really enjoy it, and this is honestly the most fun sports I've ever done, while also being, for me personally, by far the best physically, much better than just workouts in the gym. And so the first 1.5 years of CrossFit, up till the lockdowns, I gained a lot of weight again, muscles, which I want, of course. But I lost even more fat than the first time, and I got so fit. So yeah, that was really, really, really nice. And then Corona happened, and the box closed. And at that point, the first lockdown we had here from March till June or something, I was able to do workouts at home and also run a lot outside, do pull-ups in the park we have here. And the weather was nice, it was really cool, really nice. So even though the box was closed, yeah, it's bedtime. So even though the box was closed, I still worked out. Lost a bit of muscle because I had no weights, but it was fine. And then from I think June up till September, or yeah, like September, I think we could train normally in the box again, and I picked it up again. But then a lot of regulations started, so we could only gym outside and stuff like that. Still very limited. And then it closed altogether, I think, in November once again. So November, December, January, February, like 4 months that I didn't work out at all. Like this time, the second lockdown, I had zero motivation, and it's weird for me because I'm always super motivated with these things. But I couldn't bring myself to work out at home, do the same things over and over again by myself. So I've lost a lot of body weight, a lot of muscle, and gained fat. And I'm far from fat, I know that, but yeah, my body still changed a lot, and not for the better. So, but like since 2 or 3 weeks, I'm able to work out outside of the gym, and although it be like 30-minute workouts instead of an hour, so like shorter workouts, shorter time period, and also really limited because it's outside. So we can't do everything, but at least I'm working out 5 times a week now since 3 weeks, and I really enjoy it. And only now I'm noticing how less I was eating. So when I work out a lot, I know that I'm eating a lot as well because I get more hungry and I need the food to grow or to sustain my body. And I've noticed during these months of not working out, I started to eat less and less and less. And now that I'm working out, I notice that I'm so hungry very often. So, like, every evening for the last 2 weeks, I was just super hungry. And so for now, from Monday upcoming, I'm going to take my food more seriously as well. So prepping my meals better and making sure I have enough good healthy snacks in between as well, to gain some muscle once again. So I'm gonna start that route once again, and I'm not entirely sure if I want to do it without carbs, so I keto diet or not, but I will start picking up my food seriously again from Monday upcoming, and I'm gonna see if I can push myself again to get more weight, at least 4 to 5 kilos in like a couple months, and get above the 80 kilo again. So because at that point, like, the muscles look much more defined, and at this point in time, my muscles just really faded away. So that's my goal for the upcoming months. I hope the gyms can reopen fully again soon, but I'm really in doubt. So guys, that was it for this video. I hope this rambling was relaxing to you, or maybe a bit of informing or fun to watch. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.